Today, we begin making Montana a playground for the elite.
Do you have anything that your character would have benefited from, like a modern technological device?
You know, I just always think about they really do their hair I'm impressed. Like, I don't do my hair most days. And so that is something with Elizabeth is I'm like, even when she is going through the most horrific tragedy, she still has great hair.
She does.
So probably a curling iron.
And she looks beautiful when she cries. You look beautiful when you cry. I realize I am talking to the literal person right now.
Thank you.
But, it takes me back to the pilot episode when Helen Mirren's character tells you, you have to want the life too. And have you ever had an experience like that as far as acting goes? Have you ever had kind of a conversation like that with someone?
I've had that conversation with myself, I think, where it's like I think any job has downsides to it. So, like, I'm not going to complain. Like, I personally think, like, one of the best jobs in the world. And I love every second of it. But, like, there's definitely moments where I am like, okay, this is what I signed up for.
Yes.
I cannot complain when I feel like it.
That actually leads into another thing I was wondering. For season 2, hopefully not spoiling anything, but was there something that you as Liz found really tough to film? Be it emotionally or physically? Because even at the end of the first episode, I was like, ooh.
Right. So have you seen 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that just for me, it's easier to like work up into a scene with emotion that like versus when a scene starts and you're like meant to be just already in this really tragic headspace is where it takes a lot of like when you're on a set, there's so much going on around you constantly, and like as soon as action's called, everyone goes silent, but like everything before action is chaos. And so I think like really keeping my energy to myself and like really doing what I need to perform as soon as action is called was like the toughest thing for me this season.
That makes sense.
Because there's a lot of tears.
Yes,
a lot of tears.
And there have been so many already, and I'm like, could we just give Elizabeth a break?
I know.
Jesus.
Thank you for saying that.
Since location plays such a huge part in both of your Taylor Sheridan shows, can you talk about the differences in filming them?
They could not be more different from each other, like in every way. I mean, Texas and Montana are actually very different. And I filmed in Texas in the summer and Montana in the winter. And also just like the characters themselves are so far from each other, stories, time period. And I think that was actually the most helpful thing is that they were so different because there was absolutely no way to confuse anything.
True, yeah.
So, yeah. And it was challenging and fun.
And it's in the page, too. Because, I always want to say, like, what choices were you making? What, did you have to really work to give Elizabeth a direction? And it's kind of there, right?
Yeah. I think with Elizabeth, when I first read it, I was like, okay, what's her perspective? Why does she want to stay on the ranch? Like, why does she want to be a Dutton so bad? Yes, she's in love, but like, this is a whole lifestyle. You have to want the life too. And I think she's starting to realize like everyone's a little bit crazy here. Like she's just genuinely trying to survive in season 2. And so I think that was where I made her perspective come from, is just like, at all costs, survive. And being on the ranch is basically signing a death warrant because, I mean, everyone's
after you.
Dying around you.
Not
Not only in season 1, in season 2.